Cool. Hey, Kelsey, thank you so much for jumping on. It's been amazing. I think we've been working together for well over a year now, which is kind of crazy. If you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself for the anyone that doesn't know who you are, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I'm Kelsey Ray. I write contemporary romance, noodle, hockey romance. I've hit USA Today as well as Wall Street Journal. Um, and really, I'm just making things up as I go, and it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. So over the time, I mean, over a year, how's kind of been the experience working together from like when we very first started, kind of in those very first months, like jumping in, it was beginning of last summer or yeah, very beginning of last summer. How
Yeah.
are kind of those months?
Um, Definitely there's like a learning curve. There's a
Hmm.
lot like setting up the website is a pain. You
Yeah.
make it really smooth, but like being an author, you have to learn how to do everything,
Yeah.
for better or worse. And so that was probably the hardest part was getting that set up. I had initially paid for someone to do it, and honestly, once I went through your videos, I was like, I shouldn't have done this. I should have just done it myself because you have to update things so often that you have to learn it anyway.
Yeah.
So that was probably the hardest part of the whole situation when we got started. But then after that, it was pretty smooth sailing. It was just like, okay, Cameron says do this, and I will do this, and then we're good.
Yeah. And from the previous, because you were running traffic ads before we obviously went into direct, you're running them to
Mhm.
Amazon. How was kind of the experience jumping from traffic ads over to the direct sales ads?
So like I said when we were talking a little bit earlier,
Hmm.
I have major decision fatigue. So when I would get frustrated with the traffic ads, I just would turn them off. So I had actually taken a pretty long break from running Facebook ads before
Hmm.
I hired you. I think I took all of 2022 and most of 2023 off of Facebook ads because I was so frustrated. Um, but before then, it was kind of what I just said, like it would go really well and then something would break and I didn't know how to fix it. And I would
Hmm.
take it for a minute and then I would just be like, I'm just turning off my ads.
Yeah.
And now I don't have to do that anymore, which is really nice. Now it's just like, Cameron, what do I do? Fix it for me. And
Yeah.
you tell me do this. And then
Yeah. Do you feel like obviously there's more control with the sales ads, like you're being able to see the data that's actually coming in?
that's huge. That's probably one of the biggest things is like you said, just being able to know like, oh, this is where those sales are coming from. Because it would get really confusing. You'd be throwing money and you would see your cost per click going up slowly, but you wouldn't know if that was the one bringing in the sales or not. So
Yeah.
do you turn it off? Do you not? And dealing with all of those unknowns, it was very overwhelming.
Stressful. Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you say so within those first 3 to 6 months up until like Christmas to like where we are now? How's that experience been? Uh, yeah, through the program.
Yeah, it's been really good. I've been lucky. I was at the very least breaking even every day on my shop. And then Amazon sales were just gravy
Hmm.
for a long time. So I was never too worried about it. And you were good about just kind of making sure that I was staying in the budget that I wanted to be in
Hmm.
until we got some of those ads that did really well. And then you're like, I suggest that we scale it up here. What's your budget? And
Yeah.
then we were able to do that and just kind of build off of it. So it was great.
Yeah. And how was the compared to traffic ads with how you're able to scale? How has it been with scaling with sales ads instead?
Super great.
Yeah.
Having that larger, because we obviously target my bundle, and
Hmm.
having that larger budget, um, is huge compared to trying to push especially when I first started, my books were 2.99, now they're 5.99. So
Yeah.
when you're dealing with that small of a budget, it was a lot harder and being able to send them to a bundle. And also there's that guaranteed read through sale. Because a lot of the time you're with traffic ads, you're banking on them doing the read through themselves, right? And
Yes.
going to, and so there was almost a lot more pressure on back matter and all of
Hmm.
that. And now when you've got the whole bundle, it's like we know that this is what they're gonna do.
Yep.
It's great. I loved
You
it.
just got to write the good books and sell it as a bundle.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
gonna read
Write
it
the
like,
big books.
yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. Cool. So, and then in terms of being able to really be able to scale up, how's kind of been the experience in terms of what you were doing before versus kind of what we're getting up to like spending now? And obviously, I know you're probably one of the most prominent authors in terms of the organic space, and a lot of your views come from that. Um, And so with the ad side and the organic side and the email side, how's kind of been the experience of scaling up?
Honestly, it's been crazy to see how well all of them kind of work together to get me
Hmm.
those sales. So, I can't tell you how many people will even say like, I've been seeing your ads everywhere, like
Hmm.
on like a TikTok live if I'm
Yep.
doing it. They're like, fine, I'll finally buy them.
Yeah.
And so just kind of to see even like whether they see me organically and then the ads are the one that, finally pushes them over the edge or vice versa. Um, Seeing the way that the organic traffic with ad spend has kind of worked together has really taken my business to the next level and it's done awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, because it's not just one thing. Like it's all just it's more impressions. Like if you're once you have the good books, then it's just posting as much as you can, making the best ads, capturing as much attention, and really just really helping you be able to scale up. Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
awesome. That's cool. So how would you say just the overall, just hopping on the calls, everything like that, how would you say that experience has been?
Awesome. You're really good at kicking my butt into shape. And even on the organic side, because
Hmm.
sometimes, and I'm sure, I think a lot of people feel this way, where if sales start to go down, it's a lot harder to be like, fine, I'm going to go make another post when the
Yeah.
past 10 haven't done anything. And the calls are really good to be a reminder of like, okay, fine, fine, I will go and I will make another video.
Yeah.
I know that they're going to get me somewhere in the long run. And
Yeah.
especially when you can retool that organic traffic and use them for ads, it's a double win. You just got to do it.
Yeah. Totally. That's awesome. Well, actually, that's kind of my last question is kind of where do you see the business going in the future as well? Kind of after you've gone direct.
Um, just keep that train going for as long
Yeah.
as you can. This business changes very quickly, and that's what I've
Hmm.
learned in my 6 years of writing, and publishing is that things can change on a dime, and you have to be willing to pivot and to like not always think that the grass is greener. You do have to like put in the time with whatever you're
Hmm.
doing, because nothing is a quick grab, but it's an adventure. And so for me, direct sales was the best decision I could have made. But yeah, you never know what's going to happen. So you have to be willing to learn new things and to go with it and see where it takes you.
Yeah. Do you feel like being able to hop on the calls because obviously we're able to see other accounts too and see other things that's happening in the market? Do you feel like that's been helping too in terms of,
Oh, so much.
yeah.
You have so much more insight than I would ever have because I'm only able to see what I'm doing. So whenever you're like, hey, this person's doing this kind of ad style, it's
Hmm.
working out really well for them. Maybe you should try that. That is great. Even if I'm not like copying them, it still gets like me out of, I'm able to spark
Hmm.
some new ideas from your suggestions and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And there's like trending videos too. And so it's like you got keeping up on those trending content and everything like that, of course.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't have the time to go and do that stalking. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And so it's really nice for you to just be able to give me that little nudge of a suggestion and let me make my own spin on it.
Totally. Totally. But yeah, thank you so much. It's been amazing working with you. I can't wait to see where we go in the future. And thank you so much for hopping on.
Yeah, thank you so much
Yeah.
for having me. We
Cool.
love working with you.
It's amazing. All right. Talk to you later, Kelsey. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Cameron.